Hello, it's Pastor Tolani here again this afternoon. It's 1:30. I apologize for those who are in a different time zone. We had daylight savings come up this Sunday. So instead of our regular 1:30, we were taken back an hour. So I'm here an hour later than we normally have our discussion. Thank you so much for joining us again today. It's a joy. I'm always excited to be here and just to share with you and engage you in thoughts on the journey for you to rewrite your story. Don't forget, that's why we meet. You've been in a place before where things or life has happened to you and you're knocked out and you're trying to get up again. So, hey, we can do this. I thank you for all the feedbacks we're getting. We've had a lot of interesting feedbacks, and I'm just amazed at what God is doing. Today, we will be talking about your tears. I grew up in an environment where boys were told not to cry, or girls were told, you're a big girl, you shouldn't cry. But look at me, I'm a big baby. I cry a lot, and I'm not ashamed to tell you. I just feel deep in my heart that as you rewrite your story, as you go from point A to B, we have to be real with each other. We have to tell each other the truth, which is there's certain things you do in your room, in your house, on your own, when nobody's there that may look ridiculous to you. But it's part of your journey. It's part of what you have to go through. In fact, if you don't cry at all, maybe you've been told you're not supposed to cry. And over the years, you have learned to internalize your problem or your challenges. It's not good. It's self-destructive I mean, that's the best way I can put it. The moment you understand that your tears are part of your journey, it's part of your story, and that it's okay to cry, trust me, things get healed faster. Situations recover quicker. So first rule for me, and I want to share that with you, is don't stop yourself when you feel like crying. When I got married, I couldn't have children for about 4 years. I did everything I could. I just couldn't. It would just not happen. And as time went on, it became more or less like a burden to me. My husband didn't care, he didn't mind, but for me it was like, why can't I have children? What is wrong with me? And so somehow along the way, you've heard my story, some of you have. I had a child, she died, and then I had another son. And then just carelessly, a family member calls me one day and says, is this the only child you're going to be looking at? This is the only one. If you don't have another child, your husband will go out and have more children. If his friends don't tell him, family members will call him and advise him to have more children. And then I just went back to my room and I took my favorite pillow. I had a pillow I cried in for those 4 years. And then after the baby, I would hold this pillow. It was only for crying. I look back now and I wonder where that pillow could be. All it did was to take my tears, because there were things I couldn't share with people outside. There were things I was too ashamed to talk about, but I wasn't ashamed to talk about my case and my situation with the one who knew every detail about me, and that is God. That pillow was my place of refuge. I encourage you, don't hold back your tears. Now, let me tell you what would happen to me. I would go in there and weep. I would weep like a little child, and I would pray, but I would get up refreshed. I would get up ready to kick down some doors, keep going until I had these babies that I was looking for. So my tears, when I look back, were therapeutic. My tears were also, I would call them my own wiping shield, as in they were clearing my eyes to see into the future. My tears were things that helped me to unburden. And the moment I did that, I would come out in the public. I was my nice, cheery self. I was bubbly and all that, but nobody knew that I had wept. Now, when you look at tears in your journey, there's a psalm, I believe it's 126. It says, those that sow in tears, they will reap with joy. Your tears matter because as you're going and you're crying, not because you just want to cry, but because of the pain, the emotional trauma you're going through, you bring it to God, or you bring it to, it doesn't even have to be in prayer. You just want to vent, or you just want to release it. You do that, and you'll be surprised at how you get up again. Don't be afraid, particularly men. Don't be afraid to bend down before, just on your own, and weep when it's overwhelming. It does a lot of soul healings for you. It helps you to see clearly. I would say that what soap is for the body, that is what tears are to your soul. You know, if you don't get to wash yourself well, you feel sticky even after you've run the shower for a long time. The tears are important. I am speaking particularly to our men. You carry so much because we expect you to. We don't want the man to break. He's not allowed to show weakness. Who says? Even Jesus Christ wept. He looked at Jerusalem and he wept over Jerusalem. He said, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, if only you know the day of your visitation, you would have responded differently. There's nothing wrong in weeping. As you start this journey, rediscovering how you're going to get up from where you are, when you feel like breaking down, it's okay to do so. The second time we see him weep, our master, he got to the tomb of Lazarus. The Bible says he wept. Why? He felt what humanity feels. Your tears are a part of your journey. Your tears are an indication that you're ready to move on again. As you empty yourself, strength returns. For those of you who are trying hard to get up again, I'm not saying start crying. I'm not saying start crying. I'm just saying when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel nobody else understands, allow yourself that little freedom. Break down before your Creator and just share with Him how exactly you feel. Your tears don't say that you're weak. In fact, it indicates strength. It indicates courage. It indicates that you're ready to move on. People have maligned you. People are speaking evil of you. People are misrepresenting you. People are misjudging you. It's okay. It's life. It happens. Express yourself. Don't hold it back. Let your tears wash your soul. And then get up again. You've lost a loved one. Someone you thought you could never survive without. From time to time you remember them. It's okay to cry. I say to people, crying is okay here. Where I'm concerned. Your tears today will become tears of joy tomorrow. So let me go back to that story of me trying to get pregnant. When later I had my second son, the day we were naming that baby, I could not but keep crying all through. The pictures that were taken, I was just bawling. I was bawling because I remembered how I used to cry in my room. God, who sees you in secret when you cry, He will answer you in the open. Your tears will turn to tears of joy. Your tears will become an agent of touching the heart of God. You know, Scripture teaches us also that your tears are in a bottle before God. They're not wasted. They are important to God. God sees you when you weep. God sees you when you cry. And in 2 Kings 26, God speaks there. He says, I have heard your cry. I've heard your prayer. And I will answer you. I will heal you. That is the word to you today. Don't apologize for crying. You're not a robot. Let those tears propel you to knowing that you're weeping now, but you're going to reap joy. Joy is your portion. You will rewrite the story. We will rejoice with you again. And I know that as you do so, you will be able to share your story some other day with someone else and say, listen, I've been there before. Every tear in your eye ducts that are coming out is being caught in a bottle. Healing would come through your tears. The blessings will come. Don't try and be strong. Most of us try to be very strong. We want to be strong, super. No, there's a place to be. There's a place to break down. There's a place to be weak. There's a place to feel vulnerable. I am grateful for your time. I know that you will definitely have every reason to thank God. As you're sowing in tears now, you will reap with joy. Whatever has happened to you 2016 till now, there's still much more ahead. Now, I cannot end this engagement we have without me referring to the supposed agitation and expectation in the United States of America today. November 8th, we're voting. America is in labor. We don't know if she's going to deliver a girl or a boy. But whatever happens by tomorrow morning, you and I know that we are children of God. We will, as leaders of our homes, leaders of our families, we will be responsible for the economy we create, the atmosphere we create, the lifestyle we create within the madness or whatever it is that comes our way. But let's not get caught in the fear. I hear a lot of fear. I hear a lot of rumor mongering. No, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. This earth and they that dwell in it. You will live in plenty. You'll be satisfied. The Lord will cause your head to be lifted up no matter who comes into government. That's where I stand. So going back to not wasting your tears, loving yourself, rewriting your story. If you need to get a pillow, please do so. I would just want to reach out and say thank you for all those who join us. It's been very encouraging. I look forward to talking to you again on Friday. I love you very much, Dr. Tokwe Roberts. No, I'm sorry. You're no longer Roberts. I don't want your husband to hear me say that. It's a joy to have you. It's a joy to get a feedback from you. And next session, which is on Friday, I'll be taking questions. Please, if you have any question that is on your mind, it's bothering you, please just text me or write it in the inbox. I promise you I won't tell your name. You can ask me from any topic to any topic. I don't care what it is. I will discuss it. Whatever it is you're struggling with, that's stopping you from getting up, because you have to rise. You cannot stay where you are. You're better than where you are. I don't care how well you're doing now. There's still much more, because you see, people are waiting on you. There is an audience that's waiting to hear your voice. There's a people waiting for you to touch their hands and lift them up. So don't try to be strong. God is stronger than anything you're going through. Lean on him. Cry when you need to cry. It's okay. I love you all. Till Friday. I'm expecting your questions. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. God bless you.